Hey guys, it's Chris. From pools that have hurt their users to ones that dare you to dive in and risk injury, join us as we show you 8 terrifying swimming pools. Number 8. Yulong Wave Pool. The idea of a wave pool is rather simple and elegant, and there are many water parks all over the world that have these wave machines, and people love to ride the waves. I'm one of them. It's fun, right? But at the Yulong Wave Pool in China in the year 2019, things didn't go like they were supposed to, and the results were rather bad. One day, the machine that made the waves suddenly malfunctioned and created a massive wave that slammed into the people with incredible force. It injured 44 people and went over the edges of the pool, which should never usually happen. After the incident, which was also caught on video, many wondered what had actually happened. Rumors that a drunk worker had caused the wave began to circulate, but Chinese officials denied that. After an investigation, it appeared that there was a break in the power of the wave machine that caused the incident. According to the initial stages of the investigation, the incident was caused by a power cut that damaged electronic equipment in the tsunami pool control room, which led to the waves in the tsunami pool becoming too big and injuring people, the notice said. Needless to say, that was an incident that many wanted to forget for all the right reasons. And no doubt many other parks checked their own wave machines to ensure that this incident didn't happen to them as well. But given that it was a freak accident, it would mean that any wave pool anywhere in the world has the potential to have this happen to them. Number 7. Y40. Deep pools are much more than they sound. It may appear to just be a deeper pool, but they're ones that extend the pleasures of swimming to those who want to test themselves. The deepest one in the world today is the one known as Y40, aka the Deep Joy, that is located in Italy via Hotel Millepini. Not for the faint of heart, the pool reaches a depth of 138 feet, equivalent to the height of a 14-story building, and is the deepest indoor swimming pool in the world, holding a staggering 4,300 cubic meters of water. To those who are curious why someone would dare try and go into a pool that deep, the answer is for those who prefer to scuba dive versus just swimming. The pool is deep enough to allow these kinds of swimmers to test their deep diving abilities without much fear of things going wrong, such as getting hit by animals or bumping into various land masses. Plus, they know that help is just outside the pool should things go wrong, which is not a luxury you can have in various ocean diving scenarios. But if you're not skilled enough, you can still find yourself in trouble, which has happened in pools like these before. Plus, there are caves and grottos to explore, which could lead to you getting trapped or running out of air if you're not careful and aren't mindful of your surroundings. While the Y40 may seem like a perfectly fun way to go diving, it's best to make sure you can handle it in regards to going down and then making sure you can come back up. And now for one of the most famous and dangerous places on Earth. But first, be sure to subscribe if you're new here, and let me know of any scary experiences you've had in a pool, although I am kinda scared to ask. Number 6. The Devil's Pool. The Devil's Pool is many things, including an interesting place to take a dip in. But it's also a place you can die at if you're not mindful of your surroundings. In Zambia, there's the legendary Victoria Falls. But a byproduct of this spot is called rock pools, which are formations where the water flows off of stones just enough to allow people to swim at certain tides. The Devil's Pool is one of these rock pools. What separates the Devil's Pool from others is simple. It's basically an infinity pool located over 300 feet above the ground. An infinity pool, if you don't know, is one where you can go to the edge and look straight down, and you can do that here at the Devil's Pool. But what awaits you over the cliff face is a drop that would make anyone take pause. This kind of drop has caused many rules to be put in place to ensure safety. For example, you can only have 24 people maximum in the pool at one time, and you must have an approved guide to take you to the pool itself. The drop that you would have if you went over the edge can be fatal depending on how you land. And even if you did land well, falling from that height even into water can be very harmful. It should be noted that there is a natural barrier that helps people from going over on accident most times. And people have happily gone to the edge to not just look down it, but take pictures without issue. The Devil's Pool is open between August and January depending on water levels, thus further showing how dangerous it is because you can't go there if the levels aren't right. Number 5. Kipu Falls. Kipu Falls is located in Hawaii, one of the most beloved vacation spots in the world, which would likely make you think that this particular swimming spot was one of great fun and enjoyment. But the problem is that 5 people have died at Kipu Falls, and thus its waters have gotten a not-so-nice nickname, the Pool of Death. How did this come to be? Well, in short, it's a flowing waterfall that fills up a spot of land that you honestly can swim in, and many people over the years have swam in it. However, because of the nature of the water and the rising and lowering tides, it's easy to get caught up in the current, hit something you didn't expect because of the lower water levels, or even be launched into the rocks themselves by a sudden upsurge in water. One of these things is dangerous enough, but a series of them happening one after another can lead to much danger and many injuries. While only 5 people have died at Kipu Falls, many more have been injured in a wide variety of ways, including rope burns, broken ankles, and more. There are even videos taken by friends of the swimmers daring to enter the falls that show just how quickly things can change for the worse. Because of all the dangers of the place and the fact that it is technically private property, the falls have been closed off to the public, though that hasn't stopped some from trying to see for themselves how dangerous and fun it is. Number 4. Scandinavian winter swimming. If we were to mention winter swimming, you might think of certain groups that are crazy in regards to just going into cold water. But the theme of this kind of swimming and the pools they're done in is much grander than you'd think. People from all over, including many in Scandinavia, go and dip themselves into these freezing pools for a while wearing nothing but a bathing suit. Some don't even wear that. But wouldn't that hurt you being exposed to that kind of cold? Well, just the opposite. It's been proven that if you do it right, you're actually releasing chemicals in the brain that are related to happiness. Plus, most people go to a hot sauna afterwards, and the combination is said to help the body feel very relaxed. There are even world championships of this event, showing that while scary and cold to the untrained person, it can be quite a special event to those who enter, which is why so many people partake in this when they can. Number 3. The Red Pool. The Library Resort Pool in Thailand is among one of the most interesting pools in the world, for it's also known as the Red Pool because of its coloring. But it's not just red. The tiles on the pool actually change the water's color to orange as well as yellow, and it's because of this that so many want to go and see it for themselves. The resort itself is set among Koh Samui Chaweng Beach, adding a natural element to the proceedings. The library is meant to be minimalist, yet invoke feelings of calmness, of reflection, as well as wonder, which leads to why the pool looks as it does. But while it does allow people to relax in a unique way, there are those who note that the pool has some inherent dangers. For example, unlike a clear pool, it's hard to tell how deep the bottom is thanks to the red coloring, which means if you dive the wrong way, you might be hitting the bottom very hard. What's more, there are those who feel it's unsettling to swim in a pool that is blood red. So this is very much a pool that might be unique, but not for everyone because of aesthetics. Number 2. San Alfonso del Mar. In Chile, at San Alfonso del Mar, they wanted to make a pool so big that you could do more than any other pool before it. The result of that notion was a pool 20 acres in size, not to mention one that was almost a mile long end to end. This is a truly massive swimming pool. In fact, the San Alfonso del Mar is actually 6,000 times bigger than most public swimming pools in the world today. So much so that in 2008 it was dubbed the largest swimming pool in the world, though it has lost that record since then. San Alfonso del Mar was made as big as it was to service those who would want to go sailing in their waters. That's right, you can sail a ship in this pool. The construction of San Alfonso del Mar literally changed the world in regard to how pools are viewed, and many other mega pools have been built like it since. This was not an easy task either. It took 5 years to make and cost over $2 billion. Also, the entire pool is filled with ocean water that is actually purified via a special process, so that people could swim in it without getting sick or feel like they're bathing in salt water. But where's the fear? What's the danger of going into a pool that is truly massive? Well, because of its size and length, there are no lifeguards on board, which is even more dangerous when you remember that there are also boats in this pool. Having a lot of people in a pool is dangerous enough, but having other vehicles that could be whizzing by you while you're not paying attention, well, that's kind of terrifying. Number 1. CHONGQING Pool. In 2016, Chongqing, which is a municipality in China, was having a very hot summer, with temperatures reaching well over 104 degrees. Naturally, the people of Chongqing decided to go to the pool that was in the city in order to cool off. On the surface, that's not a bad thing, as it's almost expected given the temperatures. The reason that it was terrifying was that thousands of people were flocking to the pool. Now, to be clear, the pool itself was honestly very large, but the reason that large pools like this one exist is to ensure that everyone has space to move around and swim. But in this case, because there were thousands of people there, it was leading to virtually no space to do anything but just stand in the pool and just wade in the waters. That raised all sorts of alarms for onlookers because, one, it would be incredibly hard to clean the pool afterwards given all the people in it, and two, it's unlikely that having that many people in the pool wouldn't cause problems at various levels. And then three, if someone in the center of that mass suddenly had an issue, it wouldn't be easy to get to them and save them. While a pool being packed and busy is understandable, being stuffed to the gills is the stuff of nightmares. Thanks for watching. What did you think of these pools that were truly terrifying? Would you dare to go to some of these pools based on what you know now? Do you know of any other pools that we should have talked about? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to World List, and I'll see you next time.